Let's play some cards. Polar Lime. Seltzer of the night. So what are we doing this evening? As you can see, we are on a different website than what we normally are on. Been on Global a lot lately. Maybe, was there an ignition? I don't even know if we got to ignition. But that's okay because we're on betonline.com. And in about 1 minute, we're going to be playing a $1,000 guaranteed turbo PKO. We can speak in dollars because that is what we're playing with. We deposited with Bitcoin, as you probably know. That was converted to dollars to play with on the site. And we can cash out as such when the time comes. But one thing about BetOnline that you may not know is that if you withdraw anything less than $200, you will incur significant fees, perhaps up to 10%. I will have to verify that, but it is to the point, it's certainly at least 5%, plus whatever crypto fees you incur during the whole conversion process. So I currently have $200 without any fees from the site. We have to get to that in order to take our money out. Why do I want to take my money out? Nothing personal with BetOnline. I just haven't. Oop. There is our table. Okay, so we are not centered here, so I need to fix that. Other table. Is it our? Oh man. Oh. Got to get a little more used to the layout here. We're in the small blind. This is probably the cool thing about it. I'll have to check it out on my phone when we get there. The good thing about it is you got all the information right here. I do like that. It's very easy to see. More details on the bankroll challenge in a couple minutes here. I want to get our cards. This is really a little bit annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out how to adjust the settings here. animation's kind of interesting. All right, so the settings is the same over here as it is there. Table. Auto muck. Can I just click on the player and click on the seat? Sit here. Yep, there we go. Oh man, I haven't had to do that in a while, and apparently I don't do it often enough. So the animation on the this is very cartoony. I don't know if that's an option too. Um, Table move. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, that's brilliant. I can just pick a table here. Are these the only ones? There's only three? How many? Three? One? I like that one. No. Maybe that one. I mean, it's the same thing, right? There's only two. I'm so stupid. Oh, that is a little bit. I feel like that could be bigger. Why is that not? Let's see if this helps. Yep, there we go. Bingo. Oh, why can't I just sit there? Fold. We might need to change the cards. So this is, I'm sure you're loving. Okay, there we go. That's the one. That's the one. I think we're almost there. Okay, I was a little skeptical at first. I didn't like the layout, but I didn't realize you could toggle. And I was like trying. I thought there was like 8 of them, and I'm like just basically changing the two because I thought there were like nuanced differences. I hope I don't have to change this every time because I thought I did this earlier. We'll make sure the cards are visible. So I have $66 in the site, and I want to do at least 2 nights worth of games, worth of content. It might be more, it might be less, depending on how we do over these next 2. The plan is to warm up today, get used to the site, which I apparently needed to do. Just get used to all the options. I've played on the desktop site, the PC, like desktop client, whatever, the app on my laptop. And it's similar to this, whole thing. It was just fine. I'm not trying not to because I got a new computer and I'm not great with computers. I'm trying not to um, like load up my hard drive, like download all sorts of stuff. I don't love that these cards are like right up against the tick the whatever the info box there. But it is all there for you, so it's actually it presents very well on stream. You kind of know. You should know exactly what's going on because if ever I don't have cards, I can just show you what's I'm 47 out of 67. I got 64.5 bigs. Not much else. Late reg, another 55 minutes. So I got $66 on the site. I want to do an $11 PKO tonight, and depending on how it goes, do a $55 kind of shot taking 30K guaranteed on Saturday evening, which I believe takes place at or around 7:30. That's deep. I believe you start 400 big blinds deep. So we can late reg to that if I can get it. If I get in it, and usually the kiddo's asleep by 7:30 or in bed, falling asleep. So wash a couple dishes, refill my seltzer, and we should be able to play some cards on Saturday night. I'm looking forward to that. I was looking for maybe like a $33, larger guaranteed, so that I could take another shot with like a $22. 66 was kind of the perfect number. I didn't really just like land on that and stop because of that. I just haven't played on the site in a while. Probably because I was playing a lot of cash on it and it just was very swingy. Part of it was on me. I was trying PLO on it because I read up that some PLO games are really soft and really not even soft, really just like actiony and like bad play, so you can win some money. But I'm not a great PLO player. I don't play it a lot. But I do actually like the desktop version. The mobile version's pretty good too. I guess maybe I just have bad like there's a bad taste with it just because of the swingy cash games I've played. I've played mostly like the multi-table tournaments on the desktop site, which is weird. I guess I try to do that anyway with any site mostly, except for like Club GG, but they only have a mobile app, and it's a very good one. I mean, they do the mobile app right, but and BetOnline is pretty good about it too. I've spent back last year during the summer, I believe. I tried my best to stream. Is this my first flop? Ooh, almost with that four there. We'll have to remember where, like, because obviously he's the small blind, but it's the buttons right on top of him, so we'll just have to make note of that. Sometimes you gotta get like reused to stuff. Like, okay, where am I? Like, I have 63 bigs. So what does that mean? What are the, how many players? What? And this is a turbo, so we've got it. We do have to find some way to get involved. But as you can see, we're on level two. It's 206, 204 left. Um, Played online last summer and was doing like a rake race kind of thing, where if you make a $100 deposit, it might have even been less, but we'll say I forget the exact, but I think it was if I deposited $100. Yeah, I think it was 100. Might have been two. You know what? I think it was deposit $200. I didn't have anything in the site. If I deposited $200 and contributed 50, um, maybe I whatever. I had to make a deposit of at least 100, probably $200, and I had to play. I'd contribute $50 worth of rake to the site, by playing cash games, and I played, and I got some con. Well, I tried to get some content out of it. I played for like a week. I was playing like every night for at least an hour, and sometimes 3, 4 hours after work. And you're just trying to grind out rake on. I was playing, I was trying to do like two like regulars, like standard tables, or like one fast fold table for 25, like a 25 no limit, and just kind of grind it out. And I got there on like Saturday, late Friday, I think it was late Friday, and so I got the ticket to the $100 event, the $100, or there was a 109 like 100K Sunday Showdown, and I was, or I think, did I record? I tried to record some. Did I record some of it? I don't think I did. I forget why I was. Maybe I was. I had to. Maybe I don't know why I wasn't streaming. Why wasn't I? Was I recording that? Or you know what? Maybe it was. I had some issue on Sunday. The plan was to get all that. Get the ticket. Maybe I didn't stream it because I wanted to really focus on it, and I was just like I did, or I wasn't recording at the time. Maybe just the goal was just to do that as a live stream and not. I wasn't record. Yeah, I wasn't recording content at the time. We need to make this pretty. Yeah. I don't think we're on the button. Yeah, we wanted to make sure the button folded. So the buttons here, they kind of float out there. Yeah, the goal was just to stream it on Twitch, I think. So I wasn't recording. I had a brain fart there because I was like, wait, why didn't I record? Basically what happened was I did this thing for the whole week, and okay, a little break alert there. That's cool. I did this thing for the whole week where I churned out all this rake, and then I played in the Sunday Showdown on Sunday, and I went to go stream it, I believe, through Streamlabs to Twitch, because I at the time I wasn't doing it that often, and I just finally like kind of maneuvered a couple things, and Streamlabs was working out pretty well because it wasn't crushing my hard drive like or my processor like the other streaming platforms can. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll try to get Bet Online there, and the darn thing, it wouldn't pop up on the source, or I do the window, I do the screen or display capture, and no matter what, it drag it over and not drag it over in a new window in the app. Nope, nothing. Window capture, couldn't do it, and it wouldn't. It would just go black, and it was because I guess Bet Online was blocking it, or I called them. They said no, we don't do the streaming. So whatever. Now have a new setup here, and in order to not have to download more stuff on my hard drive, I am using a mobile, like a web version of through Edge, Microsoft Edge, and it seems to be going okay. And honestly, the desktop is like the layout, the UI, the look and feel. It's all the same as the PC desktop application, so that's good. That's good because I like that. Wasn't sure if it was going to be like more like the mobile version, which is also good. But I think this presents very well. And if the whole thing could just move down a little bit, so there's like a little space in between like the cards. I guess I don't. Could I take this part? No, I guess I don't. No, it's got to stay up there. Which I'm glad it is, but I don't know. There's just something that bugs me about these cards being behind it. Like just move down like a half an inch, the whole thing, and we'd be good. But whatever, you can see it. I think it looks pretty good. I have to get reused to the game. I remember the buttons being pretty good, easy to use too. So I guess I'm kind of starting to wonder why. So this is the goal of this is to be able to get over 200 at some point, so that we can cash out, so that we can like take that out and be done, and just have our money out of Bet Online because they're holding it. They're not. We could take it out, but they would charge us a large percentage of it to give it to us, which is unfortunate. So we're just gonna try to do our thing, get pocket aces, min click under the button, under the gun, so that maybe. And now we've shown some aggression. We haven't had to show down any hands, so maybe somebody else wants to see what we're all about here. Table's been very passive. I don't think I've gotten a single call on my pre-flop raises. Two of them at least, right? They're all. It's too bad. Oh, we did get a caller. Okay, well that's something. That's a pretty good flop for him. Wow. Oh, this is a terrible spot. I mean, it's a good card, right? And an all in. That's too bad. Wow. Would he do that with a nine? That's crazy. That's so nuts. Oh, that's so terrible. Like, does he lead with a nine? I can't imagine he does. Yeah. All right. See, we took our time. Honestly, if I had reacted quickly, I was gonna fold those aces. I was gonna be like, well, then he has a nine, but like, and we can't. And they're all like, that is one thing about this site, and it does get under my skin probably too much. But you get those like tomato, you get the let's check. You get those like projectiles, or is that what they call them? I should probably stay away from that. Easy call. Oh well, whatever, dude. I don't care. Are they like, "Ooh, why don't you just snap? It's an easy call." Like, well, just give me a second, bro. It's my tournament life, and I'd rather not. I mean, I get it. He's going for the bounty, right? But like, he doesn't. Does he want me to call? I mean, I guess. What does he think? I have ace king. I'm not calling if I have ace king. All right. So we'll get back in focus. We're seventh out of 86 at the break, and one of the cool things is it's only a 55-minute, well, really an hour with the break, late reg period, which is fantastic. I wish there were more of these a little bit earlier. So the irony in this whole thing is we're 15 minutes into this thing, with where the goal is to make enough to exit the site, and we're actually kind of having a good time because we got aces, called an all in, and it held. And the presentation is slick. It's good. It is better. I mean, once you get used to it, it is better to use, better and easier to use than global. You get used to global, it's fine, but it's a little bit the all the numbers are all the same, like font, same size, and it can be kind of tough to separate what everything is. But your eyes get used to it over time, and I have to get used to this too. Mm, sorry about that. Even I heard that. Um, so we're in 10th out of 86 after the dust settled. Um, so yeah, so the irony being like we're having a pretty good time. I mean, maybe we'll do well in this tournament, get some bounties, and be on our way, or maybe it'll get ugly and we'll see a nasty message in the chat and we'll want to get the heck out. But either way, we could go to zero and then we could be done, or we could smash one of these next two and get to 200. Let me know if you're out there. Drop a note along with like, commenting, and subscribing, which you should do. You should tell people about this. It's free content. And I'd also like to know in the comments, um, certainly, not right this second. Take your time, watch the rest of the broadcast here. But what do you think about this site and um, doing this bankroll challenge and being in seeing more content like this, where we have a goal, 66 to 200. We're at 66, and it's just going to be whatever's on this site is going to be our bankroll. And if it busts out, it does, and then we evaluate. Honestly, we went into this thinking we'd just be done one way or the other. Whether it's 0 or 200, we just withdraw. But if the site's coming up with good content and it fits with my schedule, because there's some events at like 7:25, 7:30, but they do have a short rate late reg period too, along with global, and in some ways, I mean, there's pros and cons of both, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm just bouncing on global. Trust me, we'll get plenty of that content in, but bet online, if we can make some money here, let's say ideally, because I don't want to keep just depositing on different sites. Like I just put some money in global and put some money in Club GG, because like they all suit different needs. Like sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch, I'm watching TV and with the wife, and it's just kind of like, whatever. It's maybe nothing I have to pay close attention to. Sometimes I just want to fire something up real quick on my phone, and honestly, Club GG is probably the easiest as far as like just playing on your phone. Global, I've figured out kind of how to do that, decently with Safari. It kind of has a pretty good like full screen on your phone, and that honestly might be better than the tablet. The tablet version, like, you got to use like Chrome or whatever. It's kind of not, because it's an Android, so they don't have Safari. So Chrome is like the option for that, but it's kind of meh. So it's not great because the buttons get too small. Like what, and you have to like kind of. There's a method to getting like the full screen version on your tablet, and yeah, it's not like as easy, and it's almost dangerous that global that I play that on my phone because it's just easy to jump into a quick thing. But yeah, not probably not. Their app isn't like super user friendly where I just think I can just jump on. BetOnline, actually, the mobile site is pretty slick. So yeah, if we like this, if we do well in this and get a few bounties and we're looking good, and then do we want to play? Do we want to risk it all in the rest of it, or most of the rest of it, on a $55, or do we want to find like a $33, 20K, whatever, $20 10K event? Cool, whatever. We got Queen Jack suited in the small blind, out of position. It's not. I mean, it's not a great hand to play out of position. You just got to flop big, which it certainly can. I might rather have like 9-10 suited. But queen jack suited, we got. All right, we'll just try to see a cheap flop with it because we can flop big. Hmm. That first card looked amazing. I just wanted more red, 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 and then maybe like an 8 and a 9, 6, 8, 9. Get value from anyone with a 7. Yeah, and then when like the 10 of hearts comes on the turn, we smash. Wow, look at that. We'd have seen it for like free, right? Free turn, free river, or not free turn, I guess. We. Oh, that's terrible. Had I known. Yeah, whatever. We're in 10th out of 95. They are paying, so that's cool. Up here, they have the minimum payout. So I do like sites, I have to say, and I should probably pay more attention to this. Like with Ignition, they do have like the you can pull over the um, I don't think the alerts page, and yeah, yeah, Ignition does. So yeah, now we should I have played that? Nah. And okay, so yeah, so 17th is the first payout, the next payout, whatever, and that's for 1062. So at this point, that's not bad. That would almost you'd almost break even. In a bounty, you can't really expect it to. And this is PKO, so it's half and half. So actually, it's $11. Most other sites, if not all of other sites, would take $1 off that for the rake. Um, BetOnline only takes 80 cents. They put the extra 20 cents onto the bounty, so it's a $5.20 bounty. $5 goes to the prize pool, which is kind of odd. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because it's all getting halved kind of the whole way. So when they start at 260 or 250, I guess it's not like a matter of convenience or anything. Like why I should prefer. If anything, it just tips it a little bit more, and I guess it just adds. It can add up over time, right? So it's not a bad idea. That extra 10 cents could go a long way to a bounty total. 10-8. Nope. Um, we still have, so it's 50, so it's really an hour. So it's 9:40, so another 35 minutes of late registration, and we've got 96 entries. And that is one thing I'm paying attention to also is the prize, the total number of players, like the field, the size of the field, and where my sweet spot is. I kind of feel like around 100, like 50 to 100 is kind of my sweet spot. So maybe I should pay more attention to that because, right now I'm mostly focused on like time and late reg period and bankroll and like um, all those things where like, hey, why not just look at how big the fields are and what I'm comfortable navigating? And I feel like I can navigate larger fields, but I don't know. My sweet spot has kind of always been that like 50 to 100. I think like a daily tournament at Foxwoods back in the day. 8 a.m. They did that like 7 days a week, right? I think I actually at one point, um, I think at one point when I was at Foxwoods or when I was trying to play a lot at Foxwoods, I did. What did I do? I was so. Um, I I was trying to like go back to school, but I was really half-assing it, and I think I just stopped going like that first fall. And I was like 24. Like I was working for a little bit, and then I went back, and I was starting to play poker a lot at this point, and I really was starting to feel like, and I had to work two jobs to kind of like pay back some credit card debt. And I didn't have a ton, but I was just sick of paying like so much interest. This was a long time ago. I was in my early 20s and I hadn't finished school, but I had to work. So, I would work like an office job to kind of like get something on a resume, and then I'd work at like a restaurant at night. But I was still trying to squeeze in poker games. I was playing online, but I still wanted to have a social life. And then I'd like take days off and like go to Foxwoods, sometimes just calling out sick. Although I don't know I did it that much when I called out sick, because I was just so nervous that I'd like, because poker was pretty popular in 2005. And I didn't, I maybe I see like a coworker down there and it's like, "Ugh, hey, don't tell anybody." I don't think I did that a lot. I think it was more like, oh, hey, I need to take like this Thursday off. Why? I'm gonna go play poker. I mean, I guess. And I didn't have a lot of PTO, so it was like, bleh, what am I talking about? Those daily tournaments. So I went back to school one fall. So I was like just the restaurant at night and back to school. And then school I didn't make it the first semester because I just was underprepared and not into it. And just like it was such a chore because I wanted to go back. I think I just went for like English. I was like, I'm just going back for English. It was one of my best courses growing up, one of my best subjects growing up. And I'm good at writing, and I want to maybe like get into more creative writing or what. And it just like was so boring. It was all like literature, and like I was so lost. I don't even know what the class. Yeah, I think it was literature and language and blah. And I was like, oh no, it's a terrible mistake. I'm doing this wrong. So I went back. I just stopped. Like I just stopped going, and they were like, why? You're trying to get in and you didn't like at least drop the classes? No. Like, well, you're gonna have a ways to go to get into this place, but whatever. That's a different story for a different time. So in quitting, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna put like $500 aside, or maybe 300 or something, and I'm gonna go down to Foxwoods Monday through Friday for the 8 a.m. $60 no limit hold'em tournament. And I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do that 5 days a week. I think I did it the first Monday, and I went and I did not cash. I think I um, busted out like halfway through the thing, you know, like after the first, like a couple levels after the first break, kind of thing. Uh, is this a fold? That's the thing when I only do one tournament, which is most of the time. I I only do one table, so there is a lot of like downtime. So I'm trying to fill it with some Foxwood stories. So I think I went down once, and I maybe it didn't get anywhere near the money, like probably 60, 70, 80 players, and I'm like, uh, they have a lot of buttons. Like I do like times two, times three, half, three quarters, whatever, or half, two thirds, three quarters. Nice. We steal one. Ten's a good card for us because we could have checked that on the. So the button. So when we're on the button, it's right over here. So it really needs to be in this range here, in this vicinity. But unfortunately, it's not. It's there. My only gripe, if there was a button location option setting, or if there is one, please let me know. Late reg ends in 30 minutes. That's good to have there. And I know maybe I make too much of it, but yeah, I think it's good for players to know that. Um, do we need to be more aggressive to go after bounties? I don't think so. I think we can just let them come to us. Maybe I do need to have that killer instinct a little bit more, but The payout's still pretty good, but that may obviously change. I mean, make the final table in this thing, you're winning at least $14. 1 and 2 get 118. That's pretty good if it's assuming you get, you know, you're gonna be getting bounties to get that far. I don't think I need to really bully any stacks, but we actually have a pretty significant lead on the rest of our table. So we got to keep an eye on it. As the stacks start to dwindle, we don't need to be in there, technically, we don't need to be in there gambling every single hand, but when the stacks start to become live, we should have enough chips to really like go after those bounties. That's not to say that they couldn't get in with a 29 big blind stack by betting two or three streets, as it just did. Oh, yuck. Fold, obviously, but that was something. What was that? 6-3. What do you? Oh, gut shot. Oh, that's disgusting. But how did it get in? How did 30 big blinds get in there? Oh man, you know what? Never mind. Oh, oh, okay. Wait, how do we X out of this? Um, Back to the game. All right. Well, whatever. We didn't miss anything. Well, I'll figure that out for another time. So I went down and played one of those, and I think I might have, like I'm at Foxwoods, and it's the first day I'm here. So you know what? Maybe I'll like drop 200 on cash and try to win that $60 back and just keep it like keep the bankroll level. Um, Keep the bankroll level to keep coming down. I don't know. I couldn't have had that much. I could have had something saved. Knowing me, I was probably like planning that out like weeks ahead of time. Like, all right, I'll put my notice in. I'll go to school, and then when I go to school, if it doesn't work, I got that. Or I just like started to withdraw from school by like early October and was just like, oh man, this is terrible, and just coming up with ways to like spend my time after that. It's so bad, but I would. So I do that. So that was the plan, to like do that as like a like train, like try to get some experience on like going to Foxwoods a lot and competing and being like a kind of a semi-pro kind of thing. But it was so dumb because number one, I was still working. It's not like and so I had to, so like 5 days a week, really all weekend, but like 2 or 3 weekdays. Ooh, ace high flush. 2 or 3 weekdays, I was still. We can click it here. 2 or 3 weekdays plus like Saturday and Sunday, I'd be going to work. So if I was going to go down, like say it was Tuesday and I had to, whether I worked Tuesdays or not, I don't know, but it was Tuesday and I had to work at 4:30 that day. I go down to the tournament and, oh yeah, half, 2/3 pot. Okay. So if I had to go, oh, and we get check raised, why can't we just check back on these things? That's so stupid. I should have bet less, but that's annoying. We could have, no, we couldn't call that. Ah. Yeah, see, this is not, we don't want to be, but we got eights, so we got to like play. Maybe we flop a set and he has ace 10, you know? But that didn't happen. We're going to fold. All right. So then I don't think I made it on the second day. So Foxwood. So yeah, well, what happened at the cash game? What happened at the cash game, you ask? I couldn't have won. I definitely didn't win. And I don't think I lost at all. I think I probably blew like another 100. I don't think it was a total disaster. Um, 5. Nope. That's a flop. So where does the blind go from here to like here? Like that's silly. Oh, a 5 on the turn would have been nice. Should we have bet the turn here? Are those chips worth it? There could be, there could absolutely be somebody slow playing an ace here, but I mean, obviously not with the draw out there. And I mean, if you have the ace of hearts, five. So I definitely didn't win more money. Probably lost some playing cash. And then the next day that I got up and I drove, was living in Worcester, so I went like down like through Grafton Hill, through like the Massasoit area, and then Route 20 to 395 in Auburn, or I guess 290 to 395. Let's mix this up. Oh, we do have a short stack that could be going in wide. You know. Come on, flop big here. Oh, that's so gross. That's a great flop for him to jam on, and I can't do anything with it. So I guess I gotta watch that. Just like no need to really do anything with that holding there, but yeah, I guess the live stack's gonna be wider, and I really should have been playing tighter. I'm just gonna limp because I want to like play cards, play poker. Come on, free flop. Check, check. Yep, cool. Eh. KBLO. Do we take a free card here? Is it worth the four chips? I mean, all right, you can have it. All right, so we gave some back there. That's unfortunate. We really should be trying to, I guess, keep our standing long enough here, especially to get bounties when we got premium holdings. Oh goodness, seven. Would a seven have taken it? No, nine. Duh. All right. Yeah. So the second day, I was going down to Foxwoods and the highway, and I got it. I got on the highway going east. Took the wrong on ramp to the highway. I went east when I was supposed to go west, which is essentially south at that point on the highway to Foxwoods, and I ended up just turning back, and it just went back to Worcester. So I ended up to Grafton Hill. So I ended up just going 290, getting off at the exit for Grafton Hill. Boom, right, just did a big circle, and I was like, you know what? If I was that it was it the second day? It was like that first week anyway. I don't know if I went more than 1 or 2 days. If I did, got that's awesome. But I didn't. Well, I wasn't doing that long, or maybe I didn't do it all in the first. Maybe I like went like a couple times over the course of a few days, and then a handful of times over a couple weeks. I don't know, but yeah, I ended up just going right back home, and it wasn't. I was like 7:30, and it's like, yep. My roommate was like getting ready to leave for work, and I'm just like coming home, like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to bed, and that was my life. Series of false starts. Speaking of, bet small here. If we get called, we could get some. We there are some cards that help us. So that's one thing that I should know better about this site. I think that the play is a little bit more aggressive. It's got to be because you get guys who aren't paying attention, who are just playing on their phone, or they're blowing off steam. It's got to be full of that. I'm trying to figure out the player pool because I don't play on this site very often. And but it does have some options. It doesn't have like a ton of different, like, it, at least with global, something's coming for the most part that you can get into. Maybe not totally, but there's something out there that you can kind of like play and is within your schedule. And it's usually relatively inexpensive. I don't know. It's tough to describe what suits me. Basically, short late reg periods are just so great. They're so convenient because you can get in a lot of You can get in. You can make deep runs and not have to worry about like bedtime. You know, I keep talking about it, but um, yeah. But this site looks all right. I mean, I'd play this. I'd play this a lot of nights. So we could just do this, or maybe mix it up and do a different type of $11 tournament. Another. Do we min click? Yeah, we just call. It's silly. It's silly to try to push the action because then we'll just get jammed on or something. I'll make it 2.5 and elephant on the button will just rip it. I'd like to see a nice cheap flop and make a set. See, I get the feeling now if I call, I'm going to get squeezed. But I can't fold. And I'm going to see it coming, and it's too bad. All right, let's go. We keep getting flops that not only do we miss, but yeah, we are we already at the point in the tournament where we fold small pocket pairs. I feel like we were still deep enough to see something, but the raise out of the blinds, that's tough. We keep getting these middling hands. They're like playable, but now we've dropped enough of our stack so that we have to really play a very tight range. We're last to act, so we see a relatively cheap flop there. Good pot odds. Still nothing doing here. It's really just a matter of waiting for premiums. Um, okay. I don't have any other tables up. I usually just play one. We could. We don't have to really do that right now. We're getting into a good spot in the tourney. But yeah, it's oh oh that's not cool. Whatever. I was trying to make it like 2.5, but it doesn't. I can't type it. I can't do it in terms of big blinds and the. I don't know. Yeah, and then we get raised. This is so. I guess I'm just getting too impatient. It's not a good hand to raise. I mean, if I should have made it probably bigger, I guess. But then I do. I have played like the like a lot of cash on here, so they probably all have like an image in mind. Call them way too wide here. They're gonna hate me. Oh, not enough. Not enough equity. Oh, don't let me. He's probably got an overpair, right? It's a blockish type of thing. Don't do it. Oh, that's not quite. It's just like everything's just like on the cusp. I shouldn't even be in this hand. It's like a gut shot and then a five or a three. So, oh, a check back. Oh. a glimmer of hope, and then he hits something right in his range. Ace, king, kings, ace. I mean, he doesn't have aces, but oh, that stinks. I think we had actually a that's too bad. Should we have led the turn? Ouch. We looked so good there, and then it wasn't happening for us. If we do, I don't mean we have plenty of chips. So I don't mean to spell doom and gloom. Um, but if we don't make it to the end of this, we could give this another shot later on in the week. I wonder. Filter is. Just gotta change the filter. So the buy-in. So 33. I kind of want to do 33. Um, a rebuy and add-on is not in the cart, literally in the cards. I mean, there's gonna be another tourney. I'm not really like spelling the end of spelling out the end of this one, but kind of want to figure out like if I wanted to do this on like Thursday, but like I don't. 8:40 with an hour late reg is like the very latest I can do it. And so if I did a 30, see the rebuy add-on is not great. February 29th is Thursday. Let me just see if I do this by start time. So it'd have to be Thursday. Yeah, okay. So really at that level, at the 33-22 level, there's really not a ton that goes on. What's the 28th? Wednesday? It's something, it's a guaranteed rebound, yeah. So if I wanted to drop under 20, the max being 20 and the minimum like 5, we could do. There seems to be more of those options because there's a lot of $11 and 550. So let's go back to Thursday. That's the 29th. What we got? Are they that far out? There might be some items listed. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, we could do. I don't think I'm going to take a shot. I want to take a shot. Well, whatever. Let's just try to win some money. Um, so we'll have 55 left after today. So if we do a 2K guaranteed, like on Thursday, 7:25 p.m., 2K guaranteed rebuy add-on. Even if we do a rebuy and so that you have to really. This actually that it's a little different than global. So you can do a double. So if you do, and actually what I did, I think I won. Like I think I played one of those over the summer, and I doubled up like the first hand. So or I won the first pot, like a small first pot, and then a few hands later, I doubled up or something, and I never had to do the rebuy because with this, you start with 5,000 chips, and it's 100 big blind stacks, 5,000 chips, and once you drop below the starting stack, that's probably why I won the small first pot because I wasn't thinking about that. Once you go drop below the starting stack, you can add on another 5,000 for another 550, and that's another rebuy. One thing that Global does a little bit better, the rebuys and the add-ons, there's no fee. They don't take another fee on the rebuy or the add-on. Usually you don't. Oh no, I take it back. The add-on. So that's how they. I mean, so this is a good fee. for like good value for the fee for the tournament. This rebuy add-on is not quite because every rebuy is 550 and every add-on the add-on is 550. So the rebuy, you can do a double rebuy once you um did you do rebuys are allowed if player has less chips in the tournament starting stack. Double rebuys are allowed if stack reaches zero. So if you blast off, you can do a double rebuy, like if you're just going for it. So I guess I was on the winning end of that when I did this over that one over the summer. Players less chips, so double rebuy. So really, if you just like kind of if you're in the big blind and you fold, then you can just rebuy and get more of a stack. I don't know what the best play is there, but I'll take it under consideration. And then the add-on at the end of the late is at the end of the add-ons at the end of the late reg period. Unlike global, which there's a rebuy period, and then it like there's a late reg, then a rebuy at the end of the rebuy. This is just end of late reg, end of rebuy, end of add-on. Come on, flop something here. Yeah, this is just cold. I'm calling way too wide though. I really should just be chilling out. I should have like 30 more big blinds than I do. I'm playing this one way too wide. I think I need another go. Once I settled in, it's you know what? When I was like kind of confused by the whole thing and I was trying to set everything up and get used to wherever the layout was, I was actually playing okay because I was too preoccupied with the other stuff to play any hands. Now that I'm focused on it, and now it's like, um, now I'm getting too careless. I don't think I'm playing well tonight, so I'll say that. I'm gonna just I'm gonna switch up the layout. No, they do seem to have. Oh, at least they got a few different types of felt. How does the blue look with like a red carpet? Is that too much? You know, it's sometimes just a regular gray carpet, um, or like the heathered. Is that what it's called? Heathered. Oh, there's quite a bit of blue. I kind of like that though. It's kind of my favorite. Is 4-5 suited worth playing? Go back to green here. Um, Whatever. We don't need to raise with it, right? We're looking to flop big, and we have position now. But wouldn't you know it, one of these two in the big blind is probably going to squeeze. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be our night. I wish I could say and tell you more Foxwoods stories. Do I go for the jam? Overbet jam? Is it too obvious? We can't just bet half pot. We could, I guess. But we don't want anybody to call. It, oh, 8. 5. Oh, flush. Ouch. Yeah. I don't think it's our night. I think we just kind of got a little impatient there. Um, but we're back on BetOnline, and you know what? Note to self: there was definitely some more aggression than we were used to seeing. Um, it could be that we were in there mixing it up light. It could just be that that's the players on the site. And you know what? I played enough cash tables, I think, that some players might have some notes and they know I play cash and they probably assume I play similarly in tournaments. But you know what? We'll try to get back on this site. I'm gonna look more at the rebuy add-on and determine if it's worth a crack on Thursday, and then maybe just do a quick one there. Let's look though real quick before we let you go. Rebuy add-on for 1 hour and 36 minutes. So late reg is 12 levels. So it's about, so it starts at what time? 7:25, an hour and 36 minutes. So that's 9 o'clock, right? So late reg will end at 9, where this one ends at 9:40. So that this will be a little bit better, and we can jump in. We don't have to. What are the blinds levels? So you start off with 100 bigs, and then you're down to 50 by level 2, and it's 8-minute blind levels. So even if we don't get in right at 7:25, if we get in by 7:40, we'll be okay. We'll have enough, and we'll have below a start. We can rebuy. Like if we want to invest some money, we can rebuy. If we start off with like too small stack, we can just rebuy up to it. So we could have almost 10,000, and we'd still have 50 big blinds at level 4 in that case. So we could be fine, and then do the add-on for what, 4,000? No, for 10,000. But it's a big add-on, so you just got to get to the end of this with 10,000. Yeah, we'll be fine. Even if we're down to 10 big blinds at the end, we're adding on another. Um, so what's that going to be? We add on another 10,000 divided by 800, another 12 and a half big blinds. So it's significant. It's not as much as global. That's pretty cool, where you can just kind of hang out and get your add on. But yep, we'll be back. We'll see if Thursday works out. I think that'll be fine. I think we can do that. We can do it, and it can be a relatively easy one. So we're down. We'll update the chart here, but we're down 11, so we're down to 55. And if we do this rebuy, if we do if we immediately rebuy, we'll be in for 11. And then if we don't have to do any more of that, we shouldn't. We should be okay, but we'll keep an eye on it. If we're down below it, then so be it. But we'll definitely do the add-on. So that's 1650 right there. If it's one more, if we bust out with that rebuy, see, the thing is, if we bust out, then we would have to really double rebuy. So I guess we could dip below. Yeah, if we bust out with that, we'd have to double rebuy. So that's 22, and then so we could be in the thing for 2750. That would add up. But you know what? It's kind of we'll see if it's worth it. I bet there's some players that do that. We'll see if we can just do it for 1650. That would be a good one. All right. Anyway,